All right. We black again, family. It's the Truth Hour with General Sara, Suten, Seti. Kick back. Get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. That's right. This Sunday, February the 12th, 2023, from Naga to Nigga, the epic lecture from General Sara, Suten, Seti, African Origins of the Hindu Kush, an epic, legendary lecture that you should not miss. Okay, you should not miss. It don't get no deeper than this. It don't get no more extraordinary than this. The link is in the down in the video description. You should click that link and have your behind in the house February the 12th, front row and center to get this wisdom of wisdom from the General Sara Seti. That's right. Ring the alarm, kingseti.com, online marketplace, 25% off at this time. All you have to do is go to kingseti.com, hit the sales tab, and everything, boom, everything under that sales tab is yours for 25% off. We got the classic and Jurassic DVD lectures, t-shirts and hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry for your family, for the kings and the queens out there. We got divinity, royal necklaces, medallions, bracelets, men's cuffs. We got the cosmic talismans, family. We got what you need to keep you protected and divine. Holistic herbal tonics and remedies for the family. Health is wealth. Black seed, living better. Natural men tonic, extra strong for the kings. Organic immunity booster. Sea moss gel. You feel me? Get your health together. It's that time. Home decor for the African family that's trying to transform their African home into the African temple that they always wanted. Accessories for every room in the house, living room, dining room, kitchen, bathroom. We got you. kingseti.com, 25% off at this time. Pull the fire alarm, generalseti.com. Seti University, over 900 videos on African heritage, history, spirituality, nation building, and also mental warfare. Developing the Black nation one lesson at a time. The complete General Sara Seti website. 900 videos of fire, just like the one you about to get, family. Highlighting the making of a nigga. So raw it could only be shown on generalseti.com. That's one. Okay, we say 900. That's one. And so you ain't got nothing but smoke and fire. It's a blaze. Seti University, and where there's the making of a nigga, there's the making of the white man. From the caves of Europe to the hills of Appalachia. You see, and so we got that powerhouse package over there, and you should get over there immediately and sign up for class. General Seti popping on Patreon, BPC making noise, we never calm, exclusive live stream, too hot to handle on YouTube, highlighting why ice people never worship sun gods. Woo! Uh-oh. See, this the lecture hall over on Patreon. You get to see the general live. You see, you get to see the general live. That's the lecture hall. Generalseti.com is the library. You see, where are the original books of the Bible? See, that's live. See, you got to come on over there and see me, spying on these niggas. You see, where are the original books of the Bible? Where they at? Don't nobody know. You understand what I'm saying? Don't nobody know. And so we bringing up the question because it need to be answered and it will be answered. But we gonna throw it right on in the garden. The ancient Egyptian origins of the Jedi Knight. See, the Jed pillar, the original Jedi Knight is put top. And so we got to get off into the occult understanding of that. So you can see that all of that is nothing but the metaphysical understanding of your Black divinity. That's all that it is. You see, and so when we break this down, you see you are empowered to know that you are the God, the divinity is in you. You ain't got to look no fuck. It's in you. So you make sure you get over there to Patreon. All the links is down in the video description. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King Seti, General Seti, Sara Seti. Rock that notification bell. Give a video a thumbs up, like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends. And comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will ban your ass. You'll be up out of there. What up, Patah? You in the house, King. I see you. I see you. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go to work. Now, just recently, I'm just going to run this down to y'all. You see, from the gentleman, you see, they playing games out there. You see, nah, we just seen some incredible shit where the Chinese then flew a damn balloon over the United States. And I'm thinking to myself, what kind of shit is this? You see, I look up and, and they, and the crazy shit is this administration allowed the motherfucker to fly all the way across. Now, you don't know if the motherfucker was leaking any type of, let me be real. Because as we could see, that the pandemic started in China. You see, and so right there alone, suspect, you see, it started there. I don't give a fuck using the accomplice, one way or another. You see, one way or another, y'all is, you're an accomplice. You see, and very well may be, the lead suspect. But at the minimum, you're an accomplice. You see, at the minimum, you're an accomplice. You see, and so when you see what's going on here, you see, you got the United States over there, in Taiwan and all around China. You see, and all the East Asian countries, they over there, Philippines, Japan, Guam, you see, they all over there, Australia, and and so, but especially Taiwan, because China is looking at Taiwan as a breakaway territory. That's us. That's what they're saying. That's us. But the United States is influencing Taiwan. You see, they're influencing them. And I know a lot of people, we don't know what's going on. Yes, these major countries could very well just be creating all type of, turmoil. You see, to paralyze the peoples. You see, to paralyze the people, to keep the fear in the world. You see, of the boogeyman, which is World War III, and keep the people in suspended fear of the boogeyman and shit. And but nevertheless, somebody everybody want to be on top. You see, everybody want to be on top. So even thieves, there's no honor amongst thieves. You see, so they still, even if they still don't trust one another, one way or another. But understanding that United States is engaging with Taiwan and militarizing Taiwan, at the least the Chinese want to get some get back. They want to get some get back. Okay, you think they happy? You think they happy that the United States is over there in Taiwan? You think they happy? They're just like the Chinese being in Cuba, or goddamn the Bahamas, or goddamn Jamaica some goddamn way. You see? And so they would not be happy. You see? They wouldn't be happy. So you got to watch that. You see? You got to watch that. And so, at the minimum, they would want to get some get back one way or another. You see? And so to have these people float a goddamn balloon, and the question is, how far did the motherfucker float? Didn't nobody see that motherfucker? If it came from China, and I seen that it came from Japan. No, it went through Canada. If I'm not mistaken, it came through Canada and it came down and shit, but it had to come across the ocean and shit. You know what I'm saying? But to see that something that could make it that far, you know what I'm saying, and go undetected, or we believe that it went undetected, you see what I'm saying, could come across the whole breadth of the United States, where it came down. And from what my understanding, even looking from, at the map, that it came across some very sensitive areas. It came across some very sensitive areas there, you see? And so you got a lot of facilities. And they was talking about that, they was talking about that, where they came across a lot of facilities. Now, understandably, China and Russia and many of the major nations, they got satellites. You see, they got satellites, but see, the thing is, and they can take pictures of damn near everything on the earth. You understand what I'm saying? But at the same damn time, you don't know the technologies of these nations, to where maybe somebody got, the ability to blur things and shit. You know what I'm saying? And maybe got the ability to blur shit. You don't know. You don't know the capabilities. And so it might cause for them to do some crazy shit like what we just saw. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and float this damn. But the fact is, regardless to whether they had any type of electronic equipment, where they was whether they was recording, or the very fact that the balloon could have been spraying all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody know. It could have been liquid. It could have been, some type of chemicals on that damn balloon, or any damn thing. Don't nobody know. Don't nobody know. You see what I'm saying? And so for that fact, if you beefing with a motherfucker and you in their house, you just had not, just recently, that Air Force general came out and said that shit. The United States would probably be at war with China by 225. And I see where they say they're making up lies to go to, and that's true. That's true. You see, that's true. They do, but I tell you what, and they do. But normally they go to war with a motherfucker they could jump on. You see, the one thing they do is they try to, if they do go to war, they go to war with a motherfucker they can run up in real quick. You see, that's how they do. They don't just jump on any motherfucking body. You see, they pick a motherfucker they can beat and run up in their house and take whatever the fuck they're going to take without really a major struggle. You see what I'm saying? Not one that they can handle. You see, but, to go and fuck with China is that's a different kind of war. You see, that's going to cause serious, the serious fucking, casualties. That's gonna be a real war for your ass. You see, that's gonna be a real war. And so, that ain't the one, because, they still want to be king. They want a throne to sit on, and, that's gonna cause such devastation to the world. You see, there's that's gonna cause such devastation. And so, that's one that, is, a serious step towards, a very devastating planet. You see, but the thing, what it boils down to, you see, is the saber rattling, and that the fact that, this general said, get ready for China, and they've been fucking with both of them been going back and forth, with the economy, banning certain shit. They didn't just ban a lot of chips and shit from, being exported to China. And so they going tit for tat. So really it is under the surface, war going on right now. It ain't new, it ain't war, military, and it is military. You see, it ain't just, it ain't no physical bodies, but they going back and forth. And so for China to float a fucking balloon across the United States, and for the United States to left, you see, that was some bullshit. That's just like Trump. They knew about, the pandemic before it was the pandemic. You see? And they didn't lock them damn borders down, and it didn't look like Bastille. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers come right on over here with the shit. Come right on over. Come right on over here. So, like I say, that's very serious to me. You know what I'm saying? Because, the United States took the brunt of that shit. We lost our peoples over here. A lot of us lost our family. You know what I'm saying? So it's some goddamn questions that need to be answered. But at the least, when you look and see, well, we know where it came from. You see, we know where the fuck it came from, and we understand that those who are what's the word I'm looking for, accomplices right here in this whole in the United States. Because how did they get over here? Somebody let them in, and they knew about the shit. You see, they knew about it. And so when you start seeing, you got to question everything, especially from that direction. You see, over there with China, Russia, you see, they I don't, and I'm not for the Cro-Magnon here, but I tell you what, your ass is right here. Now, I'm not going, when we start talking internal right here, I'm not fucking with you, but when a motherfucker from way over there talking about launching some shit over here, unless I can get the fuck up out of here, then I'm with the motherfucker that in that particular instance, I'm with the motherfucker that's gonna stop him from shooting that shit over here. Now, that's just, and that's for that. That don't mean I'm gonna work with you on nothing else, but just like they say, when it comes, from over until we can get our babies, because our babies is over here. You see, and so motherfuckers can stand out on them corners and this, that, and the third, but that's what Garvey was saying. Get your family somewhere where you could be safe, and you still in the belly of the beast. And this motherfucker, he's terrorizing, and then you got more than one beast. You see, the beast got 7 heads and shit, 12 heads. You see, and so you got a 12-head beast. You know what I'm saying? So each one wants to be the big head. You see, they want to be the big beast. They want to be the beast over beast. You see what I'm saying? And so there's a struggle there, but like I say, ain't no telling what was in the balloon, you see, because regardless to whether they could jam shit or, if it was any type of electronics on it, or, the possibility alone, and the fact that China got the balls to protest. And, the United States shooting that shit, they should have shot that shit down when they first saw it. They should have shot that shit down. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, y'all got all that technology and they worried about some shit on the ground. I'm quite sure from the route that motherfucker took from the top of Alaska down, that there was some area where they could shoot that motherfucker down where, it wasn't going to be so. And even if you see that motherfucker coming down and you got to bait, you got to get people out of there and get out. It's coming down, but shoot that motherfucker down, because we don't know what's in it. You see what I'm saying? You don't know. And you know what? I'm going to tell y'all, I guarantee you that the very next time that something like that happens, that's what they're going to do, because what a motherfucker will do, they'll test you. You understand what I'm saying? And if they tell you, you know what, it was a balloon that got away, and you believe them motherfuckers, and you allow it to come, okay, it's just a balloon that got away. If you keep allowing a motherfucker to do something, that's when they're going to say, oh, yeah, they silly. Yeah, go on and do what we talked about. And whatever else, you know what I'm saying? And then, the next time, and then, you got to set a precedent and say, keep that shit over there. If that shit get away from you, motherfucker, you better shoot it down. Because if it come over here, goddamn, we blowing that shit up out the sky. And then we're gonna protest the fuck out of you because you bullshit. You bullshit. Because if it got, I'm thinking to myself, if it got away from you, at what point did you realize it got away from you? You see, when it got to fucking Alaska, where was it going? And you should, if you was tracking the motherfucker, you should have known long time ago that the motherfucker had got away. You see, you should have known long time ago and gave a motherfucker a buzz, like, my shit got away from me. I don't want y'all to be, and so I'm gonna let you know before it even get over there. You see what I'm saying? These motherfuckers ain't telling you nothing to the shit in your sky. You see what I'm saying? Motherfucker putting shit all out on you. And then, Lord forbid, in a week or two or a month from now, motherfuckers don't start getting sick with some shit. You see what I'm saying? And that's a possibility in this world. You see, it's a lot of people upset with the United States. The Russians they ain't happy because the United States is over there and they militarizing Ukraine. I'm not pro of foe. I'm just saying what it is. You see, that's them Europeans, and they've been beefing against one another. You see what I'm saying? So I ain't got shit to do with none of that. Whatever the fuck they want to do in Europe is on them. They can do whatever they want to blow that motherfucker up. You know what I'm saying? That's on them. I ain't got shit to do with none of that because none of them motherfuckers was crying for Ethiopia when Mussolini went down into Ethiopia. You see, y'all motherfuckers didn't say shit when Mussolini and they had that fake ass League of Nations and they went down into Ethiopia and put mustard gas on our brothers and sisters in Ethiopia. We didn't hear a goddamn thing from the League of Nations, the UN, or no fucking body else. So I don't care what the fuck go on over there. You see, if y'all that barbaric that y'all can't get y'all minds together, and the only way that y'all see what you, and if he'll do it to his own brother, you already know what he'll do to you. I'm gonna tell you just like that. If he'll go in his own house and do that to his own, and for all of them, because most people don't know that the Ukrainians, they ain't nothing but Russians. That's their brother. Matter of fact, when you talk about the Rus, Kiev Rus is the mother of the Russians. So that shit started in Ukraine. When you talk about the first Russian, I believe the first Russian empire was the Kiev Rus. And so that was in where the capital in Ukraine, that is the mother of the Russians. You see it. Maybe that's why they so upset, you see, because maybe they feel, you understand, they working against, you understand, they brothers, you understand, with the West. Man, maybe that's what it is. But they brothers. You see what I'm saying? And that's real talk. So if they'll do that shit to their own brothers, you already know what they'll do to you. You see, and you didn't just see just China, you see North Korea. You see, and they launching fucking missiles and shit any chance they get. They flying them motherfuckers over South Korea. They shooting them over Japan. They letting Australia know. You see what I'm saying? Because they getting capabilities where shit, they might be able to touch Australia and New Zealand and shit. You see, and Guam and shit, places. And so not only do you got China, you got North Korea, you got Russia, you got Iran, you see, you got Syria, you got nations over here in the West, Venezuela and all that shit that's allowing, and so you see it's a different world changing. And where you see, back in the day where you had a world war where it's 5 and 6 nations against 5 and 6 nations. This is what is looking like is going to end up being. You see what I'm saying? And so we is a people caught in a web. We like a little, we caught in a chaotic web with no nationalistic plan, and that's very serious. You see, that's very serious. And so, at this time, it's still, and I know motherfuckers, they want to sit here. They want to sit here, up under all this stockpile You know, all these, you know, and I guess it won't make, but this is going to be the epicenter. It's going to be one of the epicenters. You see? And so this shit ain't got nothing to do with us. It ain't got a motherfucking thing to do with us as a people. Now, I understand again that we are here. You understand, and our peoples is here, and our babies is here. And under that mandate, you know, we have to protect our family. That's first and foremost. Ain't no debate over that. Motherfuckers can talk what they want. When the motherfuckers talking about they gonna launch something, and I see my beautiful family and my, you know, I'm nervous. You see, I'm nervous. My eyes is open. You see, my eyes is open because I know the possibility. And we as a people have not done anything as far as addressing that situation. You see, to make it, and again, here it is, you know, you got the babies and you got the sisters and the queens looking up like, well, what the fuck is you gonna do about it? And as a man, motherfuckers ain't got no answer. And here we go again. Here we go again because we so busy doing silly shit, talking about silly shit that do not matter. You see? And so when I address you, and the things that I tell you is treat this shit serious. And how you treat it seriously is that, you know, when you start what they call prepping, you see, and you prep in your own way, but you planning for some shit to jump off. When the shit jump off, what you need in place to make sure your family is safe and secure and can be provided for. Fuck the dumb shit you niggas out there talk. I don't give a fuck about none of that. At this, and when your woman and you get off this video and your woman hit it and children and your family hit this video, they're gonna look at you and they're gonna say, well, what the fuck you got in place? Nigga, we don't want to hear nothing about that shit you arguing with them silly niggas on the internet with. Nigga, what do you have in place? This is serious. You see, this is very, very serious. And let me tell y'all something so that you know. When you watch prepping, and it's a lot, if you go on YouTube, you can just, it's a lot of people out there dropping jewels. So it's not hard for you to get out there. Oh yeah, I hold a prep class. Okay, Patah say he hold a prep class. Okay, get with Patah right there. Patah Amin Ra, get with him. He got prep classes. For real. You see? You know, in anything, just like I see right there, the brother right there got up there, internet attack. You see? Let me put that up there. Man, where'd it go? Did it shoot up? It probably shot up on it. Yeah, but, you know, I need to, yeah, there you go. Yeah, you know, what the brother put up there, internet, it could be anything. You see, let me put Patah up there. He said he holds a prep class, so y'all can get with him. You know, and on top of it, you see, you can always go on the internet on top of that and continue to do research and shit. You know what? And I'm gonna tell y'all just so y'all know this. Prepping is nation building. You see, it's nation building because this the shit you're supposed to have anyway when you building a nation. So that's the one thing that I do like about prepping. It's another word for nation building. Period. You see, it's another, and we got to do it individually, but we got to do it as a community too. Because even in a situation like that, you're gonna have a better chance of surviving if you're in groups. And you're in groups. And that's why we got to get up out of this bullshit thinking that we in, you know, where we against one another on some little petty shit. That shit done got so fucking old and niggas look so simple ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? You gangster, but you simple. Simple gangster ass niggas. Simple. Okay? And I don't give a fuck what you talking about, nigga. Motherfucker, you would be out here looking like these zombies, nigga, looking for a meal. You see what I'm saying? Out here just straight up scavengers. Shit, because they don't know nothing. You see? And so at this time, it is very crucial that you learn something. You know, and you know what? And it don't take a little bit of time a day. I ain't gonna give you no amount of time, but I can tell you, 30 minutes a day. 30 minutes, an hour a day. If you want to put in a 30-minute hour a day, you study, start putting your list together. What up, G? Put your information together, you see, and just start building on that. And what you need, and you ain't got it, you start putting something aside to get it, nigga. You start putting something aside to get it because the time is now. I don't want to come out here and say too much on this particular one because sometimes some shit you just got to go get on your own. You see what I'm saying? To keep motherfuckers from being all in your business. You see what I'm saying? Like I say, it's out there. And regardless to whether I give you some information today or not, I told you to go get it. And I told you where you can go get it. And it's readily available for you. And you should do that. If you don't get up off of your ass and go do it, you do not have, no concern for you, your family, and that's sad. You see, we must do this for ourselves. The time is now, and we must, in the end, you must have somewhere you want to go in case shit get hot. And think about that. You know what I'm saying? They do. I was looking in when I did my video on, I did my video on the bunkers. All these goddamn bunkers all over the rich has got bunkers. And they ain't talking about how many bunkers these motherfuckers got. These motherfuckers got bunkers on these rich motherfuckers got bunkers on the east, got one on the west. And when you go in these motherfuckers, they so elaborate. You see, they done built bunkers up under the ground so fucking elaborate. They like mansions. They got all the accessories in the motherfucking rooms for days. It's like a mansion up under the ground. You feel me? They paid out and they building mansions up under the ground, bunker proof and shit with all type of air systems and shit. You see what I'm saying? And so the guy that been making these motherfuckers, he say he can't even keep up. So since they've been beefing in the last 2-3 years, the motherfucking request for bunkers has went up 5,000-6,000%. You see what I'm saying? And they make them for the lease or for the low, they could get you one. Even if they had you something small, they can get you something small where you can go down in that motherfucker and have an air filter, a filtering system, and this, that, and the third. I ain't saying that, but you better have somewhere. I tell you that, you better start thinking about it now. Whatever you do, you see, whatever you gonna do, you better do it. I have 100% faith in my people. I do. You make me upset, and I catch a lot of flack for defending my people, but that's the only thing I know is to defend my people and honor one way or another, because soon they will rise. I do believe that. You know what I'm saying? And so I stay in your corner because I goddamn it Wells and this is my people. And if I ain't got my people, who the hell do I have? Nobody. So you got to root for your own. You see what I'm saying? Get your shit together. Get your shit together. This is the general family. Y'all watch out for balloons and all type of shit. You understand? And I'm going to tell y'all before we get, watch out. Them drones is next. You see that? Them drones is next. Hear me? Hear me? Them drones is next. Them drones is next. Family, get prepared. Love you. This is the General. I'll be right back for the last video of the day. We keeping it rolling, family. This is the General saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beats daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black Pop.